The Zeta Collective had been monitoring Earth for exactly 3 cycles when they made their first critical error. They assumed all humans were the same. Commander Vexther stood in the pristine white observation chamber of the orbital station, his crystalline exoskeleton refracting the cold blue light as he reviewed the abduction roster. The collective's protocols were clear: select isolated human specimens from low-risk environments for cognitive assessment. Educational facilities were ideal. No weapons, minimal physical conditioning, high probability of compliance. Subject acquired, his subordinate Krill announced, her sensor array flickering. Female, age 19, designation, Elsa Morganfield, retrieved from Northern Hemisphere Academic Institution. Excellent, Vexther replied, his translator rendering the clicks and whistles into perfect English for recording purposes. Begin standard assessment protocol. What neither alien realized was that Northern Hemisphere Academic Institution meant the University of Queensland, and Elsa Morganfield had been an exchange student for exactly 4 days. Elsa woke on the examination table with the kind of headache that felt like a kangaroo had kicked her skull from the inside. The room was too bright, too white, and smelled vaguely like burnt plastic and antiseptic. She sat up, her vision swimming, and found herself face to face with something that looked like a praying mantis had a baby with a chandelier. "Good day," she said flatly. "This better not be about that parking ticket." Vexther's translator stuttered. The phrase made no linguistic sense in context. Human designated Elsa Morganfield, you have been selected for cognitive. "Yeah, nah, I'm gonna stop you right there, mate." Elsa swung her legs off the table, her Brisbane Broncos hoodie stained with what she hoped was just beer from the night before. "This is kidnapping, definitely illegal, and I've got a lecture at 9, so if we could speed this along." Krill exchanged a confused glance with Vexther. According to their psychological profiles, humans experienced fear, confusion, and compliance when confronted with superior technology and extraterrestrial life. This specimen appeared annoyed. "You do not comprehend the situation," Vexther attempted, drawing himself to his full 3-meter height. "We are the Zeta Collective. Your species has been deemed." "Listen, Zeta Centipede or whatever, I'm running on 2 hours sleep, a meat pie and spite. Either let me go or I'm gonna get real creative with your fancy buttons over there." She pointed at the control panel that operated the ship's environmental systems. "You cannot escape," Krill interjected, her voice like wind chimes in a hurricane. "This vessel is equipped with—" Elsa had already hopped off the table and was examining the door mechanism. "Yeah, magnetic seal, differential pressure lock, pretty standard stuff. Made at unis doing aerospace engineering. We got drunk and he showed me schematics for hypothetical alien abduction scenarios. Absolute legend." Her fingers found a recess panel. She pulled off her left shoe, a thick-soled boot, and jammed it into the crack, then yanked. The panel popped free, revealing a mass of bioluminescent circuitry. "Do not touch that." Vexther lunged forward, but Elsa had already grabbed 2 of the pulsing cables. "These the main power relays," she grinned, her brown eyes wild with sleep deprivation and audacity. "They look important. Reconnect those immediately, or you will decompress the entire. Or you could open the door and show me where you keep your shuttle. Because, mate, I need to be back before my roommate realizes I'm gone. She's from Melbourne, and she will absolutely tell my mum." The threat meant nothing to Vexther, but the manic energy radiating from this human female suggested she was not bluffing about the cables. His species had spent millennia perfecting space-faring technology. This primitive creature had disabled his ship's safety protocols in under 2 minutes using a shoe. Krill opened the detention bay. 10 minutes later, Elsa stood in the shuttle hangar, arms crossed, staring at a small pod that looked like a suppository with windows. "You're joking." "This vessel will return you to your point of origin," Krill explained, her patience wearing thin in ways her species rarely experienced. The autopilot is engaged. Simply enter N. What's the thrust-to-weight ratio on this thing? Fuel efficiency. You're dropping me into Earth's atmosphere in a bloody escape pod. Does it even have heat shielding? Vexther's translator made a sound approximating a groan. It is designed for atmospheric re-entry. You will survive. Well, survive isn't exactly a ringing endorsement, is it? Elsa walked around the pod, kicking the landing struts. These look dodgy, and this panel here is cracked. You guys running a proper maintenance schedule or just winging it? We have retrieved and returned 17 human specimens without incident. Vexther's voice rose to a screech. Yeah, but were any of them Australian? The question hung in the recycled air. Krill checked her database. No, North American, European, and Asian subjects only. There's your problem. Elsa climbed into the pod, then poked her head back out. Oi, one more thing. That cognitive assessment you wanted to run. We've been doing it this whole time, haven't you? You wanted to see how humans problem solve under pressure, adapt to unknown environments, handle first contact scenarios. Vexther's exoskeleton darkened, the equivalent of a blush. The hypothesis was that stress responses would reveal. Yeah, cool. Tell your mates that if they want to study humans, maybe don't start with the ones who grew up in a country where everything is actively trying to kill them. Builds character, makes us a bit feral. She flashed a grin that was all teeth. Also, your ship's environmental controls are still off. Might want to fix that before something important freezes. Cheers. The pod sealed and dropped into the void. Vexther watched the pod's trajectory until it entered Earth's atmosphere, a burning streak across the Pacific. Krill approached cautiously. Commander, should we retrieve another specimen? No, Vexther's voice was quiet. Update the abduction protocols. Flag all subjects from coordinates 30 degrees south latitude. Continent designation, Australia. Classification, do not engage. Sorry. They are not ready for us, Krill. He turned toward the command deck, his crystalline structure flickering with something that might have been respect or terror. We are not ready for them.